Okay, everybody, we are back with part 2 of DSP Gaming's Pity Party 2018 Begathon. I stopped off at about the 10-minute mark, so let's continue on from there.
But she works her butt off. She actually has a full-time job
And the reason she has a full-time job is because she has to support this leech.
that she works all the time, which is why a lot of the times today she's at work. She's working all the time. She's contributing. She's trying to put money towards the bills and everything. And she's got her own responsibilities too. So some people are just so dumb they think, oh, well, she moved in with you. Why isn't there like a significant ton of money coming in? Because she has her own life, her own past debts and things, that accumulate that she has to deal with too. She's not a person that came in here with zero, no.
God, that fucking image. Anyway, what kind of man has his woman pay his bills for him? This guy is getting like $6,000, and yet he's still having his moved-in girlfriend pay his bills for him. What kind of fucking man does that? For real talk, as he likes to say. Only a parasite will have the girl he moved across the country come in and help pay his bills. $6,000 and this man still can't pay his own bills. How fucking sad is that?
No past. She didn't exist till she moved in with me, right? No, she has her own life, her own responsibilities and things going on. And she's been really, contributing a lot, helping with the things around the house. That's the cool thing. Since Kat moved in, now we share all responsibilities. Cleaning the house, cooking, it's shared, which is really nice. And it's definitely a positive influence on me. Basically when I'm off stream and I actually get to spend time with Kat, it's amazing. The problem is a lot of the times we get to spend together ends up being rushed. Like yesterday was our day off. We have one day a week we take off, no matter what, that we spend a whole day together, right? Just to give you guys some perspective. Here was our day off yesterday. We finally both got to sleep in a little bit extra because we never get to. So we both slept in a little bit extra. We went out and we grabbed lunch.
Um, God, I think it was a video I saw today. Oh yeah, it was that guy who was calling Phil out on Black Ops 4 yesterday. He said that Phil uses his money for fast food, and Phil Burnell said he never does. Makes you wonder if he went and got fast food when he was with his girlfriend. Makes you wonder.
Went to a local animal shelter to look at some cats because, eventually we would maybe like to get a pet, but we know right now it's not financially feasible, especially again with things not being steadily financially here and not knowing what's going to happen with the future, which I'm going to talk about a little bit here in this video.
He can't afford to get a shelter animal, but he can afford to pay for a fucking 4K TV and a PS4 Pro. Oh, what a fucking liar this guy is. This guy lies more than I've seen any curbside hooker lie.
You know, I can't realistically, we can't take in a cat if I don't know if I can keep the house. You know what I mean? But we go to this local animal shelter. We look at all these cats and everything. We had to spend some time with them. Then we basically went to the local garbage dump, and I threw out a ton of shit. I threw out like 3 broken office chairs, a bunch of just crap, trying to get it out of here. And finally opened up the storage nook. If you guys, I have a storage nook in my bedroom where I have all this stuff, all these old statues and stuff I used to have on display when I lived in Connecticut.
Back when he was just buying everything that underneath the sun when he was pulling in the big money from machinima. Yeah, that was a total waste of money. He should have saved his money then, but no. Phil knew better than everybody else who was trying to give him advice. He wanted to buy those statues, and how much are those statues worth now? I'll make you a bet that those statues are worth pennies, if they're worth anything at all.
I can finally fucking get in there now. So it's like, wow, that was good. We went to the dump, did that. Then after that, we had to go do a few errands and stuff. We did look at a few things, nice things, like, for example, this shirt Kat bought me yesterday. This cool Gremlin shirt. We saw it at a local...
Okay, she just bought him a shirt, yet he's worried about him losing the house. If I was him, I would tell her, hey, honey, I know you want to give me that shirt, and it's a nice shirt, but how about we just save the money for more important things? But no, she gets him useless fucking things like a stupid-ass shirt.
Kohl's store, and she really liked it. I was like, you know what? I love Gremlins too. I watch it every Christmas. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna get you that for stream. She did, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. Here's another new shirt I could wear on streams and stuff, right? We went out and had a small quick dinner, and then we went grocery shopping. Came home, had more errands to run when we were at home. Like that was the end of our day. We had to do cleaning and everything, washing clothes. So all in all, you say it's our day off together. Probably 60 to 70% of it was running errands and doing things that aren't fun, and that's our relaxation day. That's kind of how it is around here. She's working full time. I'm working full time.
This is not a fucking job, you twit. To me, he sits on his ass and plays games. That is not a fucking job. That is a hobby. That is something that everybody wishes that they could do. That actually has a real 9 to 5 job. Sitting on your ass and playing games every day and throwing fits about it is not a fucking job.
And our schedules sadly can't even align all the time. So the thing is, the time we actually do get to spend together is absolutely amazing and meaningful, but we don't get enough of it. You know what I mean? And it sucks because she moved in and we were hoping things would eventually steady out. They haven't. Like, she actually moved into a better job and got to get paid more money. But when she did that, the schedule got all fucked up. And so that's why now every week you notice our days off are different. Like I'll have a different day off during the week every week. It's different because her schedule gets fluctuated every week. So anyway, that's kind of the behind the scenes stuff, that's going on here. Now, a lot of people have asked about the future. Phil, would you ever get engaged again? Phil, would you want to get married? I mean, the way things are going, yeah. Like, things have been amazing this year. No lie. Things have been really positive. I really do feel Kat is my soulmate.
It constantly makes me laugh when he fucking says soulmate. It's a word. It's a phrase that he likes to throw out as much as he does. What was that word that he used? Oh yeah, chill. He doesn't fucking know what soulmate is. I'll make you a bet that in 3 to, well, not even, let's say generous, let's say 10 months from now, I'll make you a bet that she's gonna dump his ass because she's gonna finally realize that this guy's he's not gonna have a real job. He's not gonna pay his own bills. She's gonna have to keep working to supply for him. Then it's going to realize that she left her house or wherever she lived across the country to live with a guy who's basically a glorified basement dweller. All he does is want to play video games and beg for money. Who the fuck would be proud to live with somebody like that? Soulmate my ass. She's going to dump him for that guy at the gym. And then he's going to be all depressed. And then when that happens, I'll make another video saying, what happened to your soulmate, Phil? You said that this was your soulmate. She's your soulmate until she actually finds somebody better. She's a gold digger. Continuing on.
I would love to spend the rest of my life with her, all right? But when you have things that are uncertain, it's hard to take that step. You know what I mean? And even though, how would Phil even buy an engagement ring? He has no money. You have to realize that engagement rings don't even have to be expensive. You can get one for under $100. It's just not a fancy looking ring. It's the meaning behind the ring that's more important. The thing is, we would never be able to do things like let's set a date or let's do stuff like. We would never be able to do anything like that.
Okay, this is another lie that he's wanting to try to tell people that even if he could, there's no way that they could get married. That there's no way that they can schedule it. You can go to the fucking county courthouse where you live and get a justice of the peace to get you married. All you do is put out some money, probably $50. You fill out a piece of paper and boom, you're married. That's all it takes. He's not wanting to marry her because it's the money. He doesn't want to use any of his money. And I make you a bet that if they are to get married, and it comes to getting the ring, he's going to have her pay for the ring that he's going to put on her finger. This guy, it's clear what he thinks about, and it isn't her. I don't like her at all. I can actually tolerate Pandaline more than I tolerate this woman. But the fact is, he's using her, and, well, I guess two people using each other, I guess that makes it, pretty good.
Because of what's going on financially with me and everything. Okay? So basically, that's one of the things that's kind of behind the scenes is that financially, because of the way things are going, things are screwed up with our personal life. We would love to be able to plan out, oh, what's a next step or whatever, okay? And I can't do that. It sucks. I'm stuck in pause because of finance shit, okay? Um,
And that's a lie right there.
but outside of that, like everything else is good. Like our personal life is really good. When we get a chance to spend personal time together. In my opinion, the streams are doing good. And like I said, numbers wise, financially, the streams have been great this year. In fact, I made more money again on Twitch this year than I did before.
If he made more money this year than he did before, why is he fucking begging for $16,000? Think about that. If things are so good, why is he asking for more money? You don't ask for more money when things are good. He's just wanting more money, and this is an excuse that he's trying to perpetuate.
Last year was a really good year. This year was even better. And I get the feeling with the amount of people coming in to check out any kind of game that I play, and next year is going to be a tremendously good year for games. If you're not aware, it's going to basically just be better and better and better. Like, I think streaming is just going to keep improving and being on an upward trend. I think what I've done with my streaming is exactly what I needed to do. I separated myself from the disgusting negative shit on YouTube. I'm at a place now where my streaming every day is valued by Twitch and valued by my viewing audience. This is the place to be, and this is where I need to keep at.
Okay, there he goes again. He keeps saying that he doesn't need YouTube. But what does he do? Earlier in this part one, he mentioned that how growth is getting better on YouTube, how everything's looking up. I've been proved that to be a fucking lie. This guy, he can't even keep his lies straight. He cannot keep. He'd make a good politician. That's why he'd be a good. That's why he'd be awesome. Because he can look at you and lie straight to your freaking face.
Okay. Okay. Now, what I want to do, guys, is basically tell you guys about the bad stuff. Okay. This is sadly some of the stuff that's been going on in 20.
Okay, everybody. If you're watching this, get your tissues ready because he's really going to get into the begging mode now. Get your tissues ready. Get the buckets ready to catch all your tears because he's going to be milking you for all he can.
2018, I really haven't told you guys about at all, on purpose, because I didn't really want to discuss it until basically it became an issue or something that you guys needed to know. So let's get to it. But quickly, I'll do a few shout outs. Thanks to Lunatic Fringe, who tipped me $1. Moonwalkman tipped me $1. And he said, he said he doesn't like Fantastic Beasts 2. He saw it and he thought it was really disappointing. Thank you to Guitar Player for a 13-month resub. Demon DJ for an 18-month resub. And Dark Maggot just did a 200-bit cheer. He said, Happy Thanksgiving. You eat a lot and spend all night walking around on Black Friday. Have fun. Keep up the great work. All right. Thank you, Dark Mag. Thanks, everyone, for your support. All right. So let's talk about the negative stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. All right, guys? So I'm going to be very honest with all of you. All right? Sadly, one of the issues that's been an ongoing thing that's still, to this, it's still giving me problems.
Okay, let me guess. The first thing he's going to mention is the taxes. It's the taxes. I'll make you bet it's the taxes.
Is the biggest problem from last year. If you guys remember last year, 2017, my stuff was actually getting good. Like, I was starting to pay down my debts because of the money I was making on Twitch, the increase of money on Twitch. It was to the point where things were looking positive and good. Then all of a sudden, in the fall of last year, I got notice from the state income tax department.
Called it. Knew it.
For the state of Washington, where I live, that basically I was supposed to be paying state business income taxes for 4 years that I lived here. And my accountant who was doing my taxes from back in Connecticut did them all wrong.
Nope, it wasn't the accountant's fault, Phil. It was your fault. You should have used some common sense and realized that a tax attorney from Connecticut does not know the law of the tax system in Washington State. That all falls on your hands, not his. Your hands. You just wanted to keep a guy that was probably paid a lot cheaper than you would somebody in Washington State.
And I was like, oh shit, oh, it's a little bit of money? Oh no, it was a ton of money. It was a ridiculous amount of back taxes that I owed, plus fees and interest and all this shit that they accumulated on top of everything because I wasn't doing my taxes right for years and years and years, okay?
You know, it's kind of funny. One minute he claims that this was not a business, and then it is a business, and it's not a business, and now it's a business. What is it, Phil? Is this a business or is it not a business? Because you've been caught in a lie either way. You're lying about it not being a business, and then you're lying about to the IRS about it being not a business and all that other shit.
So, you guys, if you've been following along me the last year, you already know what happened. Basically, number one, I needed to raise a bunch of money by January to pay taxes for January that I was going to owe. Then I needed to raise a bunch of money for about April to pay the back taxes. Excuse me, not April, it was around June. I needed to pay all these taxes for June that were going to be due at once. In the meantime, I had to pay a tax attorney to fix all of my back tax situation, which was completely fucked up, okay?
Take a sip.
So, rather than really get you all inundated with all the fucking annoying details, by the end of the day, all right, I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000 for the work that he had done to fix all of this. And basically, I had no money to do it. So all of that money that was phantom money that I didn't have got charged to my credit cards, and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed, getting rid of this state taxes issue. Now, the good news is I'm now in line with what I need to do for my state taxes. It's not a lot of work for my tax attorney to file them every year. It should be a very minimal charge for him to do it. I know what I'm going to owe around the end of the year. I should be able to afford it. And I think state taxes from now on, I'm good. But the cleanup job of doing this cost me over $10,000 that I didn't have and went to credit cards, which I shouldn't have maxed out, but I had no other way to pay this.
Actually, you do have another way. You could have sold your house. You could have actually got a real job. Granted, you may have had to make payments on your taxes, but you at least can tell people, "Hey, I'm a real man. I have a job." Because right now, I'm pretty sure that the people who you would talk to would laugh at your ass. Gee whiz, Phil, what is it that you do? Oh, I play games for a living. Say what? Yeah, I sit on my couch in my house and I talk about games for 7 hours a day. And then they just look at him, walk away, and laugh. But I don't want to get off track, but he could have sold the house to pay these taxes. He could get a real job to pay these taxes. Or he could have worked out a payment plan. I'm pretty sure that the government, knowing how desperate they are for money, they would have gone for pennies on the dollar. And even if he wanted to, he could have even fought it. If this was truly the tax attorney from Connecticut's fault, as he's claiming, I'm pretty sure he could have taken that guy to court under the grounds of giving bad information. But no, the reason that he didn't is because it's not the tax attorney's fault. Because there was no tax attorney. Heck, the tax attorney is a cop-out. He is using the tax attorney as a way to try to deflect blame from himself. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and now he's trying to weasel his way out.
Okay? So that's one thing going on behind the scenes here that sucked. Now, this all basically was paid as of June this year. What I was hoping was, man, now I need to start working on my taxes for federal, because I owe the federal government taxes. I'm self-employed. They tax you, and they're going to want me to pay, them, what I owe them every year for my federal taxes. But I had just literally overextended myself to get rid of this state tax issue. I paid off the taxes. I paid the attorney. I paid everyone with credit cards. And now I had no money at all. Nothing. No credit, nothing to pay anything else. Which is why, if you guys haven't noticed this year, a lot of the times when something happened, like when my PS4 was dying, I was like, I'm just going to have to keep playing on the broken PS4 because I can't afford it.
He could afford it. The reason that he played for so long with that broke-ass PS4 is because he was hoping that somebody would actually feel pity and buy him one. But after it became month after month after month, and no sign of no one paying for that PS4 for him, he decided that he was actually going to buy the PS4 himself and buy the 4K TV himself. Okay, I'm gonna let this continue for 16 or 14 more seconds, and then that is going to be it for this part of the Begathon. And then later on, I will record part 3.
You know, I didn't have the credit to even go out and buy a new PlayStation 4. Same thing with my TV. You know, people were like, "Well, you're getting a new PS4, but you won't have a TV to take advantage of it." I couldn't afford a new TV. The very few things this year that I bought and do that were new. I think earlier this year I was able to afford.
Okay, that is it, and I will see you all later, and have a good day, everybody. Peace.